Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
Anti-racing critics have blasted a decision to increase public funding of the racing industry. Prize purses will be increased this season, with the Minister defending the sport as a valuable economic contributor.
Still carrying the scars of her racing career, Gracie May the Greyhound has lived a troubled life.
She went to 3 different trainers in Tasmania. She was severely abused, both mentally and physically. She will never ever recover from the scars that she bears.
Now a rescue, she's still timid with humans. Prin's owner Annette pays $2,000 a year in pet insurance to cover her medication.
She is on prescribed painkillers and she will be for the rest of her life. And it's really sad she can't do zoomies like other greyhounds.
The racing industry's state government funding is being increased by 8% to $2.53 million. The funding announcement follows the release of a damning industry review, which highlighted significant deficiencies in animal welfare. Independent MP Christy Johnston says the money could be better spent.
In the week we saw educators out protesting for better pay and conditions. We've had child safety officers out protesting. Our health system is in crisis. We have fireys calling for better conditions.
Some of the money will be spent on rebate programs for rehabilitating injured greyhounds. However, much of it is going towards bolstering prize purses at the state's biggest races.
That is obscene. To make it more profitable for trainers in particular and owners to put dogs in a risky situation.
The Racing Minister Madeleine Ogilvie says the industry is critical to the state, claiming it generates about $185 million each year. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania's elective surgery waitlist has dipped below 9,000 for the first time since 2018. New figures also show an improvement in the time spent waiting for surgery, which has been welcomed by the Australian Medical Association. The recent government data release wasn't all positive though. Only 6 social houses and 50 supported accommodation places were opened, well behind what's needed to achieve the state government housing targets. Hobart's housing market has bucked the national trend in a recent market check. Home prices in the state's capital rose 0.05% in September, with the median value sitting at $728,000. While that figure is down from the recent peak, it's still more than 6% up on September 2021. Prices across the rest of Tasmania also rose by 0.2%. The hunt for Hobart Magistrate Court escapee Bodie Savage has continued today. Police and the Westpac rescue helicopter spent part of the morning in Clarendon Vale, bushland, looking for him. As of this evening, he is yet to be found. Mr Savage is believed to be wearing a camouflage jacket, track pants, a dark road helmet and riding a red trail bike. Anyone with information is asked to contact authorities. The state's up-and-coming fashion designers have taken to the stage for the first Tasmanian Fashion Festival. Aiming to showcase our local brands, organisers say the event helps provide a pathway to export their looks to the world.
Striking a pose for a blossoming fashion industry. Tasmania's most creative designers until now have been hidden in the cupboard, with our state the only one without an annual festival. That changed this weekend, with more than 40 of them joining forces to celebrate local style.
Online is very big these days, but there's nothing like seeing the garments up in person. It's a really amazing opportunity for us all to come together and show not just Tasmanians but the world that we're going to be on the world stage.
Potential customers able to meet creators and see firsthand what's available. Hours of stitching, drawing and creating on show. Many glad it's all come together.
Fun and stress. I think more stress, but definitely fun today.
Elements of creativity, artisans, sustainability, slow fashion.
The event winning praise from one of our state's most important fashion exports.
I love how clothes make us feel. I think it's really powerful and can really change your outlook on the world.
Organisers are already looking towards the future, aiming to put a spotlight on local brands so they can catch the eye of potential customers interstate and overseas.
Tasmania don't really have many public forums for designers to showcase their designs, so that's what we really wanted to create here.
And as for what's in style this summer,
This day and age with fashion, anything goes. Trends are just something that come and go.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
The Launceston International Bowls Tournament has rolled into town with dozens of competitors vying for the title. Bowlers from near and far enjoying the first day of action with the sun and sportsmanship out to play.
Beers and bowls for a beautiful day on the green, marking the 11th Launceston International Bowls Classic.
It's great, enjoying the day. The weather is just fantastic and just a really good crowd.
32 bowlers from all over the world competing for the ultimate prize.
$7,000 for first, so it is the richest prize for an invitational singles event in Australia.
Among those taking to the green, two-time champion Scotland's Kevin Anderson.
We come down here every year for the Launceston International Open Singles. It's a great event.
Playing for 22 years, the sport runs in Kevin's family.
I was playing since I was 9 years old. It was just a family thing for me. So yeah, my old man played, my grandpa, my grandparents. So they were all champions back home in Scotland. And yeah, I'm lucky enough to be out here playing.
Hoping to claim his third title.
I've got off to a good start. So yeah, we'll just see how we go. Take it one game at a time.
With beer free-flowing and the good times rolling, more than 100 spectators watched on at the East Launceston Bowls Club.
I think the patronage is probably the best we've had so far as well.
All having a ball, with the Classic continuing tomorrow for the long-awaited Grand Final. McKenna Bailey, 7 Tasmania News.
One of the AFL's most famous umpires has touched down in Launceston to talk everything footy with members of the Northern Tasmania Football Umpires Association. With more than 300 AFL games to his name, including 3 grand finals, Razor Ray shared his experiences as an umpire for the league after 19 seasons.
I love the challenge of umpiring a game. So you've got 36 at any given time on the field, and these guys are amazing and they're so fired up and competitive, and you're challenged with these weird laws and you've got to run around and bounce a ball.
Like Ray said, the involvement with yourself and with all the players, enjoying making a crowd boo.
Current and former umpires will attend the association's annual awards and gala dinner held at the Launceston Country Club tonight. As we go to air tonight, the Jack Jumpers are on the court as a new season of the NBL gets underway. They're facing the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix as they look to go one better than last year's debut season. It was tight and tough early on as both sides look to get their campaign off to a good start. The Jack Jumpers are behind the Phoenix 18 points to 36. Tasmania's strong start to the Marsh Cup has continued with a bonus point win over Queensland last night. After skittling the Bulls for just 164, the Tigers openers got to work early in chasing down the total. They put on 94 for the first wicket, with Ben McDermott going on to make 70 from just 83 balls.
Well, he just comes down the wicket and slogs it and hits it pretty well.
Tasmania reaching the target in just 32 overs, winning by 6 wickets. They'll face Queensland again on Thursday. It was a mixed evening for the Tassie Tigers last night as the Hockey One competition returned for the first time since 2019. In the women's game, Tassie squandered a 2-0 lead against Brisbane, sending the match to penalties after both teams couldn't be split. The girls holding their nerve when it mattered, both in attack and defence, going on to win the shootout 3-1.
Comes up with it for Tasmania. And there's the victory via penalties. They had to do it the hard way.
It was a different story in the men's match, with the Tigers no match for the Blaze. 4 first-half goals helped Brisbane win 4-1.
Good evening. 18 was the state's top today in Launceston, Hobart 16, 14 in Devonport, Burnie 13, 15 across Strawn and Low Heads, St Helens 14 and 17 in Grove. On the close-up, cloud about the west and south of Tasmania during the afternoon. Further out, extensive middle and upper level cloud with thunderstorm activity lies across central and southwestern Australia. Tomorrow the high will weaken and move to the northeast of Tasmania as a cold front approaches the state from the southwest. Northeast to northwesterly winds tomorrow 5 to 15 knots, swells up to 3 metres in the west and south and up to 1 metre in the north. A strong wind warning is current for the southeast coast and the southwest coast of the state. And a frost warning for the upper Derwent Valley forecast districts. Tomorrow's forecast now 18 and mostly sunny across Hobart and Richmond, ooze 17. In the north, 19 and partly cloudy in Launceston, Devonport 16, mostly sunny in Deloraine. Burnie and Strawn tomorrow, partly cloudy and 16, mostly sunny in Curry. St Helens and Swansea, sunny and 18 and 16 in Whitemark. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast now, Monday showers about the west and south extending to the east in the afternoon. Tuesday showers across the west, south and east easing in the afternoon. And Wednesday showers about King Island extending to the northwest during the afternoon. Capital cities 23 and partly cloudy in Perth tomorrow, 20 in Melbourne and showers easing in Sydney. And currently Hobart 11 and partly cloudy, Launceston mostly clear and Devonport 10 and mostly clear. That's all in weather, Lou.
Wonderful, thanks for that, Jackie. And before we leave you tonight, there's a reminder that daylight saving begins in just a few hours at 2 a.m. Be sure to wind your clocks forward 1 hour. For all smart devices, they should update themselves automatically. And that's all your news for now. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Good night.